This is my second time trying to film this because I filmed an entire video and I was out of focus. Love that. Superman, the new one by James Gunn. So overall, yeah, this movie is a lot, and I mean that with the plot because there is a lot of it here. There's a lot of big ideas and they don't always work the best, and I think that's to the film's detriment. Is there's just so much here that there's no room to breathe. There's literally not a second to breathe. It's kind of loaded in that way, and I think that is to the film's detriment. There's just so much going on here that they really should have stuck to one or two of these big ideas and pushed everything else out to the side, because there's a lot. There is a lot here, holy shit. So overall, I want to get my positives out of the way because there are things to like here, and I think it's important to highlight those things. David Cornsweet, he is a great Superman in my opinion. I think he did a solid job all around. This is a different take on Superman though. He's definitely a lot more like relatable, I guess is the word you would use. There's a lot of yelling and frustration in general and stuff like that. I guess it's fine. It's not like it's bad. It's just, it is a different take on the character from the previous movies that have had a Superman adaptation, and I just haven't seen this aspect of Superman before to this extent. So I don't know. I thought that was just noteworthy. And then the other standout is Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I think he is pretty great in this. He's very cartoonish, very goofy, but I think that works, and I think that fits the character because I think that is how Lex Luthor should be, is cartoonish to a certain degree. And yeah, he definitely hams it up here. I think that's great. As far as everything else though, there's a lot to talk about. I don't know, I don't want this to be like a hot take or like a rage opinion, because it's not, I'm not trying to be. It's just that there is a lot here that I honestly did not like. So I already talked about like there's too many ideas here, and it really makes the movie feel unfocused because it's hopping from thing to thing so quickly. Things just get lost in the sauce. And whenever the emotions are building in a scene and it's building very naturally and it feels right, there's that like typical like MCU type humor, I guess just James Gunn humor, like just thrown in there, and it just feels really out of place. Like there's that type of humor right at the beginning of the movie and it feels very jarring. You know, from there I was like, okay, I think I know what I'm in for overall. Another thing is the visual effects. They look fine most of the time, and then suddenly you'll be like straight off the CW. Like I don't really know why it is like that, but it is. Like it was just kind of cut, and then it's okay, we're on the CW now, and then it'll cut, and then it'll go back to like looking like a superhero movie. Oh yeah, and also like because of the like almost breakneck pace of this and too many ideas, the emotional core aspect that should be there just isn't fully developed, so it's really hard to give a shit. There's a lot of weird choices in here. There's this big action sequence. There's just a CGI crying baby throughout the entire sequence. And I was like, I don't know, can you just dunk this thing in the lava already? Because like, holy shit, it's annoying. Overall, yeah, I thought this was really disappointing. Honestly, walked out of the theater kind of exhausted after this because there was just so much here, and not in a good way. And yeah, I walked out kind of exhausted. I'm like, I need a nap after that, honestly. Again, this is not meant to be like a rage bait opinion because people seem to be enjoying this. Also, I don't think I covered this yet, but the like politics of this movie, because this movie does have like a political aspect to it, and it's a pretty large chunk of the film. It's a political scenario that mirrors real life and current events, and a lot of people are up in arms about that. That's the main thing I've heard people talk about this movie online, is like the politics aspect of it. Anyway, I don't mind that this movie has like a political message, and also I don't disagree with said message. There's like this thing going around of people being like, if you don't like the movie, then you have this political belief. Yeah, I even agree with the political message that this movie has, but that doesn't change my enjoyment of the film just because it has politics that I agree or disagree with. And I've seen people say that this movie isn't trying to be political, and I have to ask, did you even watch the movie? It's very blatantly political. It doesn't try to hide it at all. It is a very clear parallel to real life. They just renamed some countries. And that's, yeah. But yeah, again, I was really disappointed with this. I was really hoping it'd be better, and yeah, in preparation for this as well, I watched the original Superman the movie with Christopher Reeve, and I really liked that. I thought it was pretty great. I think it aged really well. Go watch that one. I think it's absolutely great. But yeah, overall with this, I'm like, if you are a fan or like the MCU style formula works for you, I think this movie takes a very similar approach to that, as in this just feels like a Marvel movie to me. It seems like this is a very crowd-pleasing movie. I think most people are going to have fun with this. I just personally did not really connect with it. I don't know, it's fine. It's fine. Honestly, the word I would use for this is mediocre, because that's what this is. Overall, I'm giving this a 5 out of 10 because it's just down the middle. We're down the middle, guys. Again, this is definitely a crowd pleaser though, so take that as you will, but 5 out of 10 from me.